taking a trip out to L.A., tooling along in my Chevrolet, poking on the...
What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Black Pegasus.
And it's your boy, Don't Wanna Be.
All right, man. I'm actually really excited for this. You didn't know this about your boy, the rap god, the freckle god of Colorado. And
is you a country boy at heart?
Bro, man, I got introduced to the Charlie Daniels band through The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Bro got bars.
Bro, you changed on me. You changed.
You
I came in
changed
here.
up.
You changed up. I came in here. He's got cowboy boots on under the desk. You don't even see it. I walked in. He had a piece of straw hanging out of his mouth and a straw hat on. I was like, what the hell?
Hey, man.
You've always been sipping out of a jug. But,
a country boy will survive, man.
You know?
If you know what I'm sizzling. Anyways, bro, I'm excited because the way that twang came in, this dude, bro, he low-key a rapper, bro.
Twang gang?
He be spitting.
Part of the twang gang now?
Anyways, have you ever heard this? Uneasy Rider.
I don't know that I have. I mean, I don't think I'm really, like, I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, yo, that looks familiar to me. Like, I feel like I've seen Charlie Daniels, but in my brain, I'm trying to, like, go through the files and I'm like, dude, I can't think of a song.
Have you ever heard of The Devil Went Down to Georgia? You've heard that.
Yes, of course.
Devil Went Down to Georgia. Yeah, that's his band, basically.
Okay,
like,
so,
I think
so
he's
there
the
you
front of the band or whatever.
That's how much I know of them.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, I know the song. Like, everybody knows the song. But if you ask me, like, life or death, who sang that? Yeah. I'd be dead.
Oh, that's not good. Well, I picked this one. Some people requested it, but I've heard of Easy Rider, right? I don't know what it is, but I've heard Easy Rider. I've never heard Uneasy Rider. Okay, cool. But this is Uneasy Rider, and I just did a reaction to Simple Man. Bro, this dude is on one. So it's CDB. You can just say that for short, I believe. Anyways, let's get into it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's go.
CBD.
40-year-old boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
All right, you guys, let me get this logo down, pull the video up. Don't forget, support the original content on the channel. Dropping a new music video. Today was BJJ. It's a flip on ice cubes. Today was a good day, but for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, yeah, man. What were you about to say? I didn't want to cut you off, but I also want to spit that game.
No, I'm just super curious because I'm like, was it a response to Easy Rider?
I have no clue.
You know what I mean? Like, is this song like somehow a response to Easy Rider? So now I got to listen.
What's Easy Rider about?
It's about these motorcyclists. Like, it's not Jane. That's his daughter. Peter Fonda, another big actor. Why am I drawing a blank? Anyways, they're out there.
Like a motorcycle gang type of thing?
Not so much a gang, but they're just like, it's like the story of these guys riding motorcycles across the country and just kind of that whole hippie era, free spirit.
Oh,
I'd have to watch the movie again. It's been forever since I've seen it.
Charlie Daniels band is about to drop a diss track to Easy Rider. No, I'm just playing. I have no clue. This is called Uneasy Rider.
Well, that's why I was saying, because to be
like,
real with you, because a lot of like the, kind of more like traditional country conservative type of people were like, these long-haired hippies, smoking reefer.
Nah, but this is what's crazy. I was listening to Hank Williams Jr., and he has a song called Family Tradition. And it's kind of about being like, yo, like, I smoke a little reefer. I do my thing. Like, it's actually, so I don't know, man. I don't know the difference yet between outlaw country. I think they call it rockabilly. Like, there's like these people who push the boundary of even country of these things where they're like, yo, man, I'm a street dude. Like, I'm an outlaw type of person,
Yeah.
So it's fun. And I think there's parallels to hip hop. People sometimes get mad with that, but you just got to look at the human condition. Take all of these degradation and all the mistakes human make, which is along every line, and just be like, yo, there's these cool parallels that I enjoy that I'm hearing from country, the real country, not this pop made up stuff that I see on TV. I'm talking about, when I see some of this, I'm like, oh, this is the roots of country. Like when I'm like, yo, you guys need to listen to real hip hop. It's not what you see and hear. It's KRS-One. It's this, that, the other. And that's what this is of country. Like it's you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. So, and that's a respect thing. Like if you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, like I'm giving him critical acclaim.
I feel that because what you're pointing to is that there's a version of country music that we typically get on like the radio or, you know, on CMT or whatever, and you're just like, is this what country is?
Yes,
And
exactly.
for people who truly enjoy the art form, which is talking about the human condition that everybody can relate to, people will be like, no, you got to hear this, because this is the real representation of, like, you know, the
let's
real
hear it.
country.
This is Uneasy Rider, the
CDB.
the Charlie Daniels Band.
I was taking a trip out to L.A., tooling along in my Chevrolet, toking on a number and digging on the radio. Just as I crossed the Mississippi line, I heard that highway start to whine, and I knew that left rear tire was about to go. Well, the spare was flat, and I got uptight because there wasn't a filling station in sight, so I just limped on down the shoulder on the rim. I went as far as I could, and when I stopped the car, it was right in front of this little bar, kind of a redneck-looking joint called the Dewdrop Inn. Well, I stuffed my hair up under my hat and told the bartender that I had a flat, and would he be kind enough to give me change for a one? Well, there was one thing I was sure proud to see. There wasn't a soul in the place except for him and me, and he just looked disgusted and pointed toward the telephone. I called up a station down the road a ways, and he said he wasn't very busy today, and he could have somebody there in just about 10 minutes or so. He said, now you just stay right where you're at, and I didn't bother to tell the darn fool that I sure as hell didn't have any place else to go. I just ordered up a beer and sat down at the bar when some guy walked in and said, who owns this car with the peace sign and the mag wheels and 4 on the floor? Well, he looked at me and I damn near died, and I decided that I'd just wait outside, so I laid $1 on the bar and headed for the door.
It's kind of funny because, you know, I was like, maybe he's like dissing the hippies, but then he's like, whose car is this with the peace sign?
Mm-hmm. This is
Do you know what 4 on the floor means?
I don't, actually.
I've heard that expression like
What
many
does
times,
it
like,
mean?
oh, 4 on the floor.
What does it mean?
But I have no clue.
Oh, do we need to look it up? What does the expression 4 on the floor mean? Here, hold
Yes.
on. Okay, I got you. What does the expression 4 on the floor mean?
Kind of like, man, maybe we should have waited for somebody to put it in the chat.
What is the 4 on the floor? Musical term explained simply. 4 on the floor. 4 on the floor
Not
definition,
musical.
American English. 4 on the floor definition,
Car.
a 4-speed manual transmission having the gear shift sent into the floor.
Okay. 4-speed manual transmission. Gotcha. Think about
I know
that.
how to drive a
4-speed.
manual. Yeah, it said that multiple times. So there you go. 4 on the floor.
Okay, now I know.
Hey, bro. Okay, this dude can tell stories, and yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got a soft spot in my heart because he likes to rhyme. He likes to rhyme, bro. And I'm a rapper, bro. I like this. And his story
rhyming is as old as time.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, man. Yeah. Like I really enjoy the way, and I don't know, his story's put together very well. Like I'm just like, oh, I feel like there's a movie unfolding in my brain.
This is what I was just going to say, because we're used to a very kind of specific type of storytelling in hip hop. And to me, it honestly is kind of boring. It's repetitive. It's kind of like, you know what it's going to be like, oh, you know, it's the same type of stories over and over again. So when I hear this, I'm like, where's this going to go?
Slick Rick. This gives me Slick Rick, like those classic storytelling vibes.
Yes, which
That's
is like
tight.
this precedes that though. So it's like, you know, I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, where is this going to go? Which there's the mystery. Like again, a lot of the music that we listen to, you kind of know like, okay,
And that's
you know
why,
what's
like,
going to happen.
Bro, Johnny Cash too. He was on this vibe.
And I'm wondering like, where is this going to go?
Let's see.
Just when I thought I'd get out of there with my skin, these 5 big dudes come strolling in with this one old drunk chick and some fella with green teeth. And I was almost to the door when the biggest one said, you tip your hat to this lady, son. And when I did, all that hair fell out from underneath. Now the the last thing I wanted was to get in a fight in Jackson, Mississippi on a Saturday night, especially when there was 3 of them and only 1 of me.
Bro, he totally flipped it because he's the long-haired hippie. I thought it was going to be the opposite.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, because, you know, some of these country dudes, they didn't mess with the hippies, but he's the hippie in the story.
What's crazy is I was thinking... I was like, oh, is he saying they're the hippies? They pulled up with the peace sign on the car.
No, he's the one with the peace sign. He tipped his hat and his long hair fell out. And they're yeah.
I was going back and forth. Like, is it what you're saying or is it the opposite? I'm kind of letting it play out. But regardless, he's about to bang. This is about to turn into, what is that movie? Roadhouse?
Maybe. Yeah.
We got Patrick Swayze in this bit.
But they all started laughing and I felt kind of sick. I knew I'd better think of something pretty quick, so I just reached out and kicked old Green Teeth right in the knee. Now he let out a yell that'd curl your hair, but before he could move, I grabbed me a chair and said, watch him, folks, because he's a thoroughly dangerous man. Well, you may not know it, but this man's a spy. He's an undercover agent for the FBI, and he's been sent down here to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan. He was still bent over holding on to his knee, but everybody else was looking and listening to me, and I laid it on thicker and heavier as I went. I said, would you believe this man has gone as far as tearing Wallace stickers off the bumpers of cars, and he voted for George McGovern for president. Well, he's a friend of them long-haired hippie-type pinko fags. I bet you he's even got a commie flag tacked up on the wall inside of his garage. He's a snake in the grass, I tell you guys. He may look dumb, but that's just a disguise. He's a mastermind in the ways of espionage. They all started looking real suspicious at him, and he jumped up and said, now just wait a minute, Jim. You know he's lying. I've been living here all of my life. I'm a faithful follower of Brother John Birch, and I belong to the Antioch Baptist Church, and I ain't even got a garage. You can call home and ask my wife. Then he started saying something about the way I was dressed, but I didn't wait around to hear the rest. I was too busy moving and hoping I didn't run out of luck. And when I hit the ground, I was making tracks, and they were just taking my car down off the jack, so I threw the man a 20 and jumped in and fired that mother up.
Bro, this story is crazy. And do you see what I'm saying? Like, maybe he was just a country boy with long hair, and the hippies came in. That's what I'm thinking. And he got in a fight with the hippies because the hippies, he said the people he fought, he was like, you know, he said the communism, he said the F bar, you know what I'm saying? The things you can't say on YouTube.
What's crazy is like, he talked about kicking this dude in the knee. This is kind of a tangent, right? That's
Muay Thai.
But my dad knew this dude named Badger, and that's was his nickname. And he was like this, like surly, like probably listened to Charlie Daniels band, like this old time, like kind of country dude. He was like 40 or 50 when I met him. This was years ago, but he would go to the bar and he was just mean as hell. And he would always get into bar fights. And I just always remember him because he would he would wear a cowboy hat, cut off shirt. And he was showing me, like my dad was telling me like, yo, he's like a tough mother effer. And he's always like beating people up in the bar. Right. Yeah. And so he takes me aside and he was like showing me these moves, like this is what you do. And he's like showing me how to throw a hook. But the reason I had to tell this story is because he wore these cowboy boots, right, all the time. And this is what he told me. He was like, this is what you do. When you square up with them, you know, you got to fake them with the jab or with like the cross. But then what you do is you kick them. He's like, you aim for their knee or their shins. And he just lightly like scraped me with his cowboy boot. And I was like, oh my God, that was his move. He would literally like kick him in the knee. He'd like fake, kick him in the knee and then come with an overhand. And that's like what he taught me how to do. He's like, if you ever get in a fight, he's like, here, son, let me show you. He's like, this is what you do. You do the fake, you kick him right in the knee or in the shin, and then you come with the right over the top. And I'm like, Badger killed a guy. He's in prison for shooting a dude with a shotgun after a bar fight. So, yeah.
CDB.
Anyways.
This went off the rails. All right, let me hear the rest of this damn story. This is getting good. This is getting real good.
And when I hit the ground, I was making tracks, and they were just taking my car down off the jack, so I threw the man a 20 and jumped in and fired that mother up. Mario Andretti would have sure been proud of the way I was moving when I passed that crowd coming out the door and headed toward me in a trot. And I guess I should have gone ahead and run, but somehow I just couldn't resist the fun of chasing them all just once around the parking lot. Well, they're headed for their car, but I hit the gas and spun around and headed them off at the pass. I was slinging gravel and putting a ton of dust in the air. Well, I had them all out there stepping and fetching like their heads were on fire and their asses was catching, but I figured I'd better go ahead and split before the cops got there. When I hit the road, I was really wheeling, had gravel flying and rubber squealing, and I didn't slow down till I was almost to Arkansas. Well, I think I'm going to reroute my trip. I wonder if anybody'd think I'd flipped if I went to L.A. via Omaha.
Okay, now did I get it completely backwards? Because I thought he was like accusing that one dude of being a spy. He basically was like, yo, that dude's Ray Epps. He's an FBI plant.
Yeah, so this is how I took the story, and you guys tap it in the comments. So I took it the opposite way of you. He's a country dude. You know, he might have a little long hair because country folks do have long hair, you know. He's not saying it's like 80s rocker, but he's just putting his hat on. And his car broke down. He goes into the spot. You know, the bartender is looking at him with disgust, like kind of like, bro, you don't belong here.
Yeah, because he's got long hair like a hippie.
No, but because he's a country boy. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe I interpreted that different because I felt like they were just, I don't know. Maybe we should have just rewound that part and listened, but I thought he was saying they pulled up and he was like, and they had like the peace sign on their car, and he was just like, you know, blah 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 type of thing. And obviously he gets into the fight with them, and he rolls out. Like he gets in the fight, everything, the luck happens. He tossed the homie a 20. Like what's funny, I don't know if this is the right actor, but as all this was going on in my brain, the lead character, so it's like a book, right? He's putting it all, staging it for us. For me, the person was, I think, Tom Selleck. I don't know. Whoever has a really good stash. It wasn't
Tom Selleck.
But yeah.
Yeah, he's Magnum PI.
Yeah, that's who I put in the hat, and that's who I was seeing do all this. But maybe, again, first-time reaction, authentic reaction, all the way through. We didn't go read the lyrics, da-da-da-da. I think it's funner that way. And now when I go back and listen a couple times on my own, because I actually really like that song, I'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah, no, it's a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took it as that, they came in the bar with the lady. The dude said, tip your hat to the lady.
He said green teeth.
Yep. Tip your hat to the lady. And so when he tipped his hat to the lady, his long hair came out, and they were just like, oh, we knew it.
Yeah, maybe, man. I might have that wrong on this one. You guys tap in.
Then he's out there, kicking people in the shin. Walker, Texas Ranger to their ass.
Bro, this is lit, bro. Anyways, I'm here for this, man. Charlie Daniels Band, good Lord. That was an Uneasy Rider. Thank you. I hope you guys tune into this, because the rules of the channel is this. If you guys show up, if there's 10,000 or more views on this music video, I continue to react to the stuff. If not, I just watch these at my house. I don't need to react on YouTube for it unless you guys show up. So you need to show up.
I didn't tell you this, but since we're on this, I just got to close with this. My mom called me, and she's like, yeah, I saw Rob reacted to the Charlie Daniels Band.
Yeah.
She's like, it was really funny. It's like, damn, that's wild.
Yeah. I think you actually did tell me, and what was funny is I went to a family little gathering, and all my older cousins were like, hey, I saw you just saw Charlie Daniels Band. Where have you been? Because they lived in the country, but I was the hip-hop head of the family. Yeah. It's just funny. Anyways, love it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. 40!
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ.